I said I was gonna make a spoiler review. This is gonna be a spoiler heavy review for those. I'm telling you right now, so you could just click off or not watch it because there's a lot of spoilers in this video. For Avengers, Age of Ultron. All right. Movie starts off with them attacking Aaron Stroker's. Is it Aaron Stroker's? Well, Hydra's base. Basically cleaning up the loose ends from Winter Soldier. If you've seen the cutscenes from Winter Soldier, you've seen that they had the twins, Pietro and Wanda, aka Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. Basically, the Avengers basically was taking out the bad guys or whatever, and they got there. Scarlet Witch got into Tony Stark's head and basically made him see the Avengers dead. That made Tony Stark's paranoid and was like, I need to do something to basically stop, stop this, because we can't stop this by ourselves. We can't stop the aliens or whatever is coming by ourselves. So basically he went on a mission and got Bruce Banner with him. Sorry guys, Hank Pym was not in this movie. Ant-Man was not in this movie. Usually Hank Pym and Tony Stark are the original people who made Ultron. Basically Hank Pym. But it was the spear. What's his name? Loki's spear. Basically had the gem that Chitauri gave him. Thanos gave him. He got from Thanos, and it had the mind gem in it. Obviously, if you've seen Avengers, and you would know it touch your heart and make you control your mind. So it put him under mind control. They finally got it. Scarlet Witch allowed him to take it, because she knew the fear that he had, he was going to do something reckless. So he decided to make Ultron. Him and Bruce Banner tried, didn't work. I like what they did, where they stuck by comic book lore that Ultron was made from something completely different from Jarvis. I was afraid of that they would have basically Ultron turn Jarvis into like a corrupted Jarvis into Ultron, which they didn't do, and I'm pretty glad they didn't do that. They had showed the brain patterns that was artificial intelligence that it was learning and had the ability to learn, adapt, and to grow and evolve. And he basically put it side to side with Jarvis's, which is like the top of the line of that Earth had to offer, was Jarvis. So, basically, the storyline from that kind of showed how Ultron he had a personality. He had crack jokes, but he kind of took what Tony Stark said and took it to the extreme. Like, okay, basically the human race is everything bad that the world has to offer, everything wrong with the world. So in his mind, he had to eradicate it. He had to get rid of it. So take out the human race. And basically only the strong survive. If the strong being there, the weak had to die off, or this basically the human race or whatever. If it wasn't mechanical, it needs to die, basically. So other than that, the storyline with Hawkeye, like I was saying in the last video, that it was a bit drawn out, was too much. They basically showing that he has a wife and kids, and other than this Avenger thing, he has another goal, and that's his family. The team needs him because he's not just there because he has a really crazy accurate aim. They need him because he's a person who has good intelligence, and he has strategizing skills too. He's not just a guy who can shoot arrows. He has a lot of skill and experience. So that that's like a plus to the team. And it was a situation in the movie where he basically had to bail the team out because he avoided being mind controlled by Scarlet Witch. She basically got in everyone's head. This goes out to a lot of fanboys out there. You can't pick this movie apart. I tried. Can't. I had a verbal conversation with a fellow associate of mine, and comic book lover, Marvel lover. Basically, he had a problem with the whole Hulk being controlled by Scarlet Witch. No. Bruce Banner was controlled by Scarlet Witch. She got a Bruce Banner head and allowed his rage to take over, and then he became the Savage Hulk, which one pretty much was like almost unstoppable. Well, pretty much is unstoppable until he calmed down. Now, people would say, oh, the Hulkbuster can't beat Hulk. No, he calmed down when he came to his senses. When his rage got too high to override what Scarlet Witch did to Banner, the rage overrided and he snapped out of it and he became conscious. Hulk came conscious. See, Hulk conscious is separate from Bruce's. But when rage is taken over, he becomes a Savage Hulk. But when he became too savage, when he was fighting the Hulkbuster, it was able to snap him out and he became regular Hulk. Like, oh snap, what am I doing? Then, he basically got sucker punched. Doesn't necessarily mean he got knocked out. Just basically mean he calmed down because, oh snap, what's going on? I'm able to differentiate friend or foe. So he was able to calm down. So for all those who wanted to nitpick and pick it apart, there's nothing to nitpick and pick apart. That's what it is. Pay attention. But that fight was pretty darn epic. It was pretty awesome, pretty cool, especially when he was running and Hulk and Hulkbuster, Iron Man just clashed and punched. Tony Stark was classic here with the jokes and just his facial expressions. It was pretty good. The other thing I want to get into before I run off eludes me. Vision. How they made Vision. There is nothing that anyone can complain about. It followed comic lore. Ultron is the one who created Vision, not the Avengers. It was Ultron. He made a decision to join them because Ultron is evil and he's on the side of life. Because the primary programming, the general plan was to upload Jarvis into it. They never got a chance to upload Jarvis, but Jarvis' voice to Vision, that went through, but everything else did not go through. So no, he's not Jarvis. No, he's not Ultron. He's his own separate entity. He's Vision, the Vision. They actually showed him saving Scarlet Witch because they do have a romantic history. And I guess that was like the beginning of it, him saving her. And but yeah, they dove. The thing I didn't like was the fact of Bruce Banner and Scarlet Witch. But it was kind of like a love triangle between Bruce Banner, Scarlet Witch, and Captain America. But they kind of show that no, it's not meant to be. The Scarlet Witch, the Black Widow and Bruce Banner thing, it wasn't meant to be. So, I kind of like that, how they kind of fixed it up. Like, they played with it, but then it was like, no, it can't be. It's not something that could happen. So, that was a thumbs up. Like that. Just the possibility of them getting together, I didn't like. But for them fixing it, I liked it. The end battle scene was probably one of the epic battles I've seen in comic book movie history. This is my opinion. That was probably the most epic battle. It was more epic than them saying Hulk smash and when they first, did their thing. It was the whole team with Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and the Vision added onto it, which is epic. The combination moves they were pulling off and doing, epic. Showing the fact that Vision can pick up the hammer, Thor's hammer. And then at the end, how Tony Stark's and Captain America was kind of talking to Thor like it doesn't count because he's not human. So he's like, if you put the hammer on the elevator will still go up. So yeah, it was kind of funny in that sort of way. But yeah, it was pretty awesome for the most part of it. Yeah, it was pretty epic. End credit scene. Joss Whedon said it was only one after credit scene. So for those who, I said this one time before, don't stay until all the way after the credits, after the first one. I was at the movie theater when it first came out. Everybody was decked out. When the last scene came of the Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos come out of the chamber and grabbing it and says, "Forget it, I'll do it myself." And it had it put it like the gauntlet. Epic. Everyone went crazy. Yeah, that was just. It was a crazy movie. It was an epic movie. It had a lot of battles. It had a lot of stuff that, as a fan, you watch it and it's like, okay, this is groundbreaking. It was like some stuff that was different. Like it was the same. But then there was a lot of different stuff. Like, I brought a lot of nostalgia because it appealed to the comic book fans, and that was the beautiful thing about it. It appealed to us comic book fans. The action was crazy. The acting was great. The story was great. The villain, best Marvel had. That I would say hands down, he's the best villain. Best villain so far that they had was Ultron. It kind of made it feel like, okay, this is it. Unfortunately, Quicksilver does die in the movie. Well, seemingly dies, I guess. You know how Marvel is. Scarlet, plus his sister Scarlet Witch. And how many times has he actually died in the comic? So yeah, she pretty much could probably bring him back. Probably did. I don't know. But you know, they did have him on a helicarrier. Yes, and that comes back. And then Fury does his thing in all his furious glory. But yeah, so far that's my review, my spoiler review. Hopefully, I wanted to do a review on the fight, but why it was boring. I'll have a review for Monday Night Raw if it's not sucky. Usually it's been sucky, so yeah, it hasn't been a review. I haven't done a TNA or ROH review because I just didn't feel like it. I've been on the move, been going to Tampa, just hanging out and working and doing a lot of different projects. You know what I mean? So yeah, you guys be good and stay tuned.